Yeah, so you're asking about remembering.
Remembering, yeah.
Yes, yeah, remembering. So
Yeah.
again, it's just where you put your attention. So for most of us, it's just like anything. It's just like you were raised by your parents, and you have all this experience with them. But look at your own life. Eventually, you left your parents. You started your own life. And in a way, you start forgetting them. You see? It's so easy to forget, isn't it? Unless this is why people, at the office or their work, they've got pictures of their family or whatever, because they're constantly reminding themselves. That's why people do albums and they put pictures all over their house, especially mothers. They've got pictures all over their house of their family and even the deceased or their parents or whatever, because they want to remember, and this is what it takes. It takes a lot to remember these things, but if you don't do that, it's just like when I left home, I didn't have pictures of my mother. I remember I knew she was there, but for the most part, for what I was doing and experiencing now, because I went through a lot with my mother and how she was, I didn't want to remember. So, but if you do want to remember, there's ways to do it, but it's just that you got so busy that you forgot. That's all. And so some people do because they focus there. Some people are into genealogy, which is their birth tree or whatever you want to call it. So through generations of, oh, this is my uncle, this is my great uncle, this was whatever. That's called genealogy. And so you decide if you're going to remember. We decide to focus or what have you. So that's all up to you, Sammy. And so, as we go through this process, back and forth, we got this air show here today, so it's going to get a little noisy maybe. Um, again, you've come here to wake up, and you've been through these things that have been created, which is understandable. But for the most part, the Buddhism, the yoga, the meditation, all this is physical astral. That's about as far as it goes. And that's very real. And you can learn to see this on the real side if you want to see the real side of it, not just what you think it is. There's a big difference, okay, because most people think they know what life is when they really don't. It's a lot bigger. And I'm not saying I do, because it's endless. But there are real universes that you can recognize, and you will see how endless it is. And eventually you can stand real in them, and you won't have to go through this process anymore. Creation is a process. That's all it is. But you can still relate to creation, but you don't have to be encumbered and restricted by it. So remembering is up to you, Sammy. You decide what you want to remember, okay? Okay, so you're talking about leaving the body at death, okay? Is that it?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay, so it's a very simple process. You've done it many times. Again, you don't remember. But if you want to be shown, again, do the new you, and the real guides will show you as many times as you want how you've went through this process many times before. And again, because you don't focus there, you don't remember how this takes place. But you are actually preparing right now during this life to do that. And what you decide your life to be, that's basically where you're going to be at. You see, that's going to be your understanding. So it's all about your choice. You are deciding, you're setting this up for yourself already, so you want to consciously do it or you want to unconsciously do it. That's your choice too.
Thanks. Okay.
Yes, Sam.
Thank
Hello.
you. Yeah, those
All right. Yeah. Well, just you need to gain experience now with the new you and the real guides. Now they're going to give you bigger views than you've known. Okay. So you're going to get some new views here, and so that's the difference between these other paths and teachings and what we do. So yeah. Yeah, thank you, Sam. Yeah, it's a little hard to hear you, but I did make out most of that. But just, again, do your homework like you would a college course, and eventually it's going to show up. That's where the new you sessions are very important. You start to get your own experiences, and also as you attend the Skypes and et cetera, and get with others and discuss it, you're going to have more experiences, and you are going to start remembering what you want to. So you decide what you want to remember. It's not automatic. Just like when you get up and go to work every day, the body doesn't haul itself there. You, the real awareness, has to operate the body like driving your car, and you've got to put yourself at the workplace. So you've got to do that. So you decide what you're going to remember. Okay, young man? Yes. Charles, is there anything else you want to share, or we'll do the new you?
Well, there is nothing more. There's nothing more except somebody to have something to say that way.
No, we've went over a lot, so we'll do the new you. So, no, we appreciate you being here. So, this is kind of like tennis, Charles. In other words, I remember when I first started playing tennis, and it takes a few minutes to realize that, okay, you get all excited because you finally hit the ball over the net to the other person. But it takes a few minutes to wake up to the fact that, hey, if that other person can hit the ball back to you, as soon as you hit the ball, you better be ready because it's coming back. You see, that's how you play tennis. And so the thing is that it's Saturday right now, Charles, so get ready for the next Saturday. Okay, thank you for coming. Yes, it's going to come that fast. Yes, very, very fast. So again, very real. And so life is always on. Everything's okay. There's no beginning or ending. It always is. That's the best part. Just start to recognize the isness, and you go, wow, this is so cool. It supersedes everything, and everything comes from the isness. But you need to recognize it, and then you decide how you're going to bring it forth into creation to create a benefit for you and everyone. It's so fun. It's so fun and so cool. Yeah, like never before. It's not some program. It's not some issue. It's just very real and wonderful. Yeah, it's like breathing. Okay, go ahead, Ava. Let's do the new you.
I have a little word to put in here if you'd like to listen.
Okay, Lila.
Okay. Why was the king only a foot tall? Because he was a ruler. That's why. If you lose your power to laugh, you lose your power to think. Okay, let's do the new you.
That first question, Lila, that was very good. I would have said, well, he's a yardstick. Okay, does that count? Are you talking on mute, Lila?
Maybe she's muted.
Help, Claudia, help. Call Lila.
Maybe she has nothing more to say. She was saying what she wanted.
Was that wrong answer, Claudia? I would have said yardstick. She said ruler. I would have said yardstick. Okay.
Yeah, ruler. Definitely a ruler.
I would have said yardstick. Okay, sorry. All right. I don't have a ruler, but I have a 3-foot yardstick. So again, whatever. All right. Sorry.
He was only 12 inches tall, so.
I know. I get it. It's a good joke. Thank you, Lila. Thank you. Yes. Somebody told you that, didn't they? Thank you so much.
She's got a whole bunch.
I'll bet. Okay. So thank you. Okay, kids, you're funny. Go ahead, Ava.
No.